Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In my previous video I was talking about how to build a shopping app from scratch, and this is the app we've talked about in my previous video. I'm going to talk about how to build this from scratch, and in this series, in this video I'll be building this UI. We are going to start building this UI from scratch. And in my last video I was also talking about the different sections of the app, the user sections and the admin sections. So we are going to be building all the user screens, but we are not going to be adding functionality to them now. We'll be building the user screens. Probably will not go into the design right now, but just basically all the screens and how to navigate from one screen to another screen. So that's what we're going to be building here. So I'll have two emulators set up. I'll use my Android emulator. I'll use the Android emulator to display as a base for what we are going to be designing, and in the iOS emulator we'll be putting all these features into it one after the other, one after the other. So let's get started. You have to open your Android Studio and you have to create a new project. Give it whatever name you like. I gave my own, what was the name itself? I gave it Flutter Girly Store. So now, after giving the name, this is what we have to do. This is the default boiler template that comes with Flutter. Once you create a new Flutter project, this is the default project that comes up, the default code that comes up. It sounds like I think it's just the base code that comes with Flutter. So when you run this, you have to run this code to check whether it is working. When you run it, this is what you get. You get this increment counter push button, increment counter and floating action button. Now we are going to get rid of all these things, and we are going to build this from scratch. We are going to get rid of all these things, and we are going to be building it from scratch. Okay, now let's get started. First of all, we are going to change our title. We are going to change our title. I don't know why this guy is not sticking on the top. We are going to change our title. We'll change our title to sorry guys, let me try and adjust the screen so that the emulator will be showing properly. Okay, good. Now I think it's better like this. So what we're going to do, we are going to change the name of this Flutter demo. We'll call it Flutter Girlies. Okay, now we are going to get rid of all these commentaries here because we are not going to be needing them. Sorry, let's go back. Okay, we're not going to be needing them. Then also this home page, we are not going to be using this home page. We are going to build our own home page. So we are going to get rid of this guy and get rid of this, my home page. Okay, now we'll leave it like this. Now we've done it like this. Now this is what we're going to do. Now we are going to create our screens, our separate screens, as it is in our emulator. As it is here, we are going to have this home screen. We are going to have this drawer, and we're going to fill in all these details here and start building it from gradually. We'll get into this UI user interface. Okay, minimize. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Okay, come on, go out of this screen now. Okay, now in this our live folder, we'll create a new package, or we'll create a new folder. We'll call it user screens. Okay, now inside this our user screens, now let's create this home page inside our user screens, because in our user screens we have home page and we have every other screens there. So we'll come here, we'll create a new dat file. Inside our new dat file, let's call it my home page. So Okay, now we've created my home page. Now let's start building our code. Now we have to import our material dot dat. Now after import our material dot dat, please guys, we have two types of widgets. You have stateful widget and I have a stateless widget. Now we are going to be making use of a stateful widget. So let's just, the shortcut is always here, just st and the full this and comes out. Now a stateful widget is a widget that the state always changes as you write your code. Like, as this is a push button, now you want this, the state always rebuilds in a stateful widget. Meanwhile, in a stateless widget, the state doesn't rebuild. The content of the state doesn't rebuild. I think it's static. So now let's call it let's give it that name. There we have my home page. Good. Now after giving it my home page now, okay, now we now have this it runs a new container. Then let's go back to our this thing. Now we have this my home page here. Let's import, we have to import the my home page you have there. So let's import user screen slash, let's look for my home page dot dat. Good. Now after doing that, now the error has gone out. Now we just have to save. Let's see. Okay, after saving, we have a blank screen. Reason why we have a blank screen is because it's a material app, and a material app goes alongside with a scaffold. Otherwise you have a blank screen. So now let's go to my home page where the blank screen is coming from. Now we remove this container, and what we want to return, a scaffold. Now let's save it. Good. Now we have a bright screen. Okay, don't mind the fact I'm using new. I'm already used to using new because of the way I started learning how to use Flutter. Okay, now we have this new scaffold. Now let us start building our UI. Let's start building our UI like this. So first of all, let's add a floating action button here. Okay, now what we have to do inside our scaffold now, we'll start we say let's create our app bar. Okay, inside our app bar we say new app bar. Good. Now let's save it. Good, our app bar has come out here. We have our app bar now. Okay, now after that, inside our app bar now, let's give it a title. Now inside our title, say let's call it new text. Okay, now inside the new text, let's call it girlies, and let's save. Good. We have our text here, girlies. Good. Now we have this favorite buttons, and we have message buttons. So let's create that. So they are called actions. So inside the actions now, what we need to do is to create a new, let's create a new icon button. Okay, now inside the new icon button, it takes in a new icon. Now inside here we now say icons dot. Okay, here is, we call it favorite without border. Okay, now let's save it. Good. We now have our favorite here. Good. So now let me arrange this code properly. Sorry. Okay, let me get rid of this other screen I showing you. We're not using it for now. Okay, good. Let's move like this. Okay, now we now have a favorite here. Now for now our on press is null, so let's give this favorite a color. This color here, white. Let's give it a color here, white. So here we'll come here and put color. We say colors dot white. Good. Now we'll save it. You see, now we have our white there. Okay, now let's continue. Now we've created a new icon button. Now let's create another one. Let's just copy this guy. Let's copy it, and let's just paste it. Okay, now let's save it. Good, we have two. That's nice. So now let's change the content of the icon of this second one. Let's change it to our message, or we'll call it, let's check it as anything like chat. Okay, yes, that's chat. Now we'll save it. Good, now we have it now. Okay, now we have this guy. Now we want to have this small label. We want to have this small label here that indicates the number of messages the user has. Okay, now what we need to do to get that now, there's something we call a stack. A stack enables you to place objects on top of to place widgets on top of another widget. To place widget on top of another widget. So what we are going to do now is to let us cut this guy, the message icon we have created. We'll cut it out. Now what we'll just do now, we'll wrap it inside a stack. So we'll say new, say a new stack. Good. Now the stack takes the children, takes the parameter children. So inside the children now, what we have to do now is to paste what we've copied inside. Now we've pasted it. Let's run our code. You will notice that there is no change here. There is little or no change here. You will not really notice any change here. Okay, now after that, now our stack has, okay, now we want to add this label here. So we'll call it, let's say, new circular avatar. Okay, new circular avatar. Good. Now let's give this circular avatar a color, a background color. Now this background color will say colors dot red. Now let's save and let's see what the response. Good. Now we have colors dot red. Good. Now you see it has covered the message. Okay. Let's now give this circular image a child. Now this child now will be a text. We'll call it a new text. Okay. Now the new text now default, let's write it 0, and let's give the text. Okay, let's run it first. Yes, 0. Now let's give the text. Let's beautify the text. Okay, now we'll have a text. We'll give it a style. We say new text style. Okay. Now I want colors. Okay. Now let's say colors dot white, and let's save. Good, it has changed to white. Okay. Now this circular avatar is big. It's too big. It's covering our messages. So let's find radius. Okay. Now let's give it a radius of 20.0, and let's save it. Okay, nothing happened. That's strange. Okay, first of all, let's, inside our stack, let's give it an alignment. We'll say alignment dot top dot top this position as this is okay, dot top left. Let's save. Okay, okay. Circular avatar, new text color, text white, reduce. Let's check. We have maximum reduce, we have minimum reduce, minimum reduce. Okay, let's see the minimum reduce. Let's give minimum reduce to be 15.0, and let's save it. Wow, we have an error. Minimum reduce. Okay, okay. Let's get rid of this line of code and let's save it. Okay, let's see what the problem could be. Let's see. Okay, the radius was too big. So we had to reduce the radius. That was the issue. We had to reduce. Even let's reduce it further. Let's make it something like 8. Okay, I think that's better. Now it has a child. Okay, now this child, now let's give this a font size of 8.0, and let's save. Is that not too small? It is too small. Let's give it 12.0 and save. Oh, I think it's better. Let's see. Let's try to make this a little bit bigger. Okay, I think it's better. Okay, now we have this and we have this right now. Okay, now if you notice, this our girlies has shifted from the center it was initially to the end. Now let us center it. Now inside our app bar we have center title. We set our center title to true and we save. Good. Now it has centered at the title. Now this is for our app bar. This is for our app bar. Now let's create a body. Okay, now remember scaffold has a lot of children, a lot of features that you can use here. It has background color, it has body, it has drawer, it has bottom navigation, it has end drawer, floating action button animator, floating action button location, key, persistent footer buttons, children primary, and resize to avoid padding. So let's just go to our body. Inside our body we call it a new, let's call it a new. Okay, let's give it a new container. Okay, now inside the new containers. Okay, we'll give it a child. Inside the child we say new, let's give it a new center. Okay, well, let's get rid of this container. Let's get rid of this code. Sorry, let's get rid of this code. Okay, let's say body new center. Okay, new center, we take a child, we say let the child be a new text. Inside the text we call it my home page. Okay, let's call it my home page store and let's save it. Okay, we have my home page store. So this my home page store is what we have here. We're going to build this UI inside this my home page store, but not now. Let's finish building our different screens. Okay, now my home page store. Good. Let's increase it a bit. Let's give it a style. Okay, a new text style. We'll give it font size and we'll give it a font size of 25.0. Yes, 25.0. Then let's save it. Good. Now it's bigger. We can see it. We can see it clearly. Okay, now we are building this like this. Okay, now this is the next one we want to build. Now we want to build this floating action button that has our cat inside. Okay, now let's inside our okay, still inside our scaffold we have the floating we have a floating action button. Now this floating action button we say new floating action button. Good. Let's save. Hooray, we have our floating action button below. Now let unpressed still be null. Don't have anything we are pressing now. Okay, now let's give it a child. Now this child now we'll give it the child now we are going to replicate what we did up here down here. But first of all, for understanding purpose, the child now will have a new icon. Okay, now icons dot cart, right? Shopping cart. Good. Now let's save it. Hooray, we now have our shopping cart here. Okay, we have my home page, we have gear list, we have our favorites, we have our messages, we have our shopping carts. Okay, now let's add this label to our shopping carts. Okay, now we'll cut this. Let's cut this new icon out of here. Okay, now we'll wrap it inside a stack. Remember, I said stack is a widget that is used to place widgets on top of widgets. So we'll wrap inside a stack. Now inside a stack takes children. Now inside the children now, let's paste it inside and let's save. Okay, now inside here now will let us create this label. Initially we called it up here inside our app bar. This is what we called it. We called it a new circular avatar. So let's just come here and let's just copy this our new circular avatar. A new circular avatar. Then we'll come to our floating action button inside here, and we'll paste it inside, and we save. Okay, now the reason why it's like this is because you've not set the alignment. We have not set the alignment. So here now inside the stack, let's set the alignment property. We'll now say alignment dot top left, and we'll save. Sorry, top left. Alignment dot top left stack. Alignment dot top left. Okay, let's save it. Okay, okay, sorry. Now I know what the issue is. Sorry. Okay, let's cut this guy back. Okay, good. This is how we do it. Let's remove this guy. Let's remove this widget. Let's remove this tag. Let's save it. Good. This is what we have now. Now we want to place a label on top of our floating action button. Now to do that, we have to wrap this floating action button inside. We have to wrap this floating action button inside the stack. So a stack has children. So let's wrap inside a new widget. Not really a child. Go back. Control Z. Sorry. Okay, let's wrap it in. Let's just put a column. Okay, now we'll change here to a stack. Don't get confused. Inside the stack. Now, good. Now inside here now we'll paste that code we copied, and we save. Hooray! This is what we have right now. Close to what we are looking for. Now let's create this alignment. We say alignment dot top left, and we save. Good. Now this is our circular avatar. Let's increase the radius to 10, and let's see. Wonderful. Okay, we have built our home screen. Okay, our home screen is built. Now there's nothing on our home screen. Now let's build our user profile. Let's build our user profile. Let's build this our user profile. Okay, to build our user profile now, this is a drawer. To build our user profile now, this is how we do it. Inside our scaffold, remember I said scaffold has different properties. Inside our scaffold now, let's create a drawer. Let's call the instance of the drawer. Okay, we now say drawer. Good. When I say drawer is new equals new drawer. Okay, now let's save and see. Good. This is what we have. Perfect. This is what we have now. Okay, now our drawer is empty. Now let's start filling our drawer. Okay, now this our drawer now takes child. Okay, takes parameter child. Now we want to put different widgets inside it, so we have to wrap it inside a column. So we'll call it a new column. Okay, now inside this column now, let's start inside the column. Column takes care of putting widgets in rows. Sorry, column takes care of placing widgets on top of each other, in different lines. Just as we have the order notification, we have order history, we have profile settings, we have delivery address, we have about us, and we have login. All these things are placed inside a column, so the column knows how to arrange it accordingly according to the ones you placed first in it. So now inside our column now, let's create a new user user account drawer. Sorry, let's go back. We just made a mistake. Okay, column case carries these children, so we'll put children inside. Now we'll now say new user account drawer header. Good. Okay, right. Okay, now let's save and see what it's going to give us. Okay, now we have this and it's this. Remember, you can choose any color you want to use. Let's just use the default color. Let's just use the default color for now. So we have this and we have this here. Okay, now our account name, let's just give it a new text, and I'll say account name. My name is Mogust Intellect. Okay, now my email address will say new text. You say mogust@gmail.com. Okay, good. Now let's save. Hooray! This is what we have. So how, guys? Okay, now let's give it a user profile. Let's give it a profile image. Okay, still inside here, still inside the user account drawer header. Okay, now we want to add a user profile, so we now say, let's say user current account picture. We'll say a new, call it a new circular avatar. Let's save it and see what it will give us. Good. Now this new circular avatar, let's give it a background color of colors dot white, and we save. Correct. This is what we have now. Now let's give it a child. We'll say a new, let's say new icon. Okay, we now say icons dot person. Let's save it. Good. Now this is what we have right now. This is what we've built so far. We built our home screen, our home page screen, or our boutique screen. Now we have our message. We have our message. We have our message. We have our favorite. We have our cart. Now we also have. We are trying to build our user profile. Now we just successfully built our profile image, our profile name and our profile email. Now let's continue. We need to add all these other things here. So now we are done for now with our user accounts drawer header. Okay, now let's create this, guys. Now we now say let's use a new list tiles. Okay, let's see. Let's save it. Okay, now this new list type takes care of, has some parameters. Let's see what it has. That's title, leading, and all of that. Let's use a leading. Inside the leading, let's use a new circular avatar, and let's see. Correct. New circular avatar. Now this circular avatar will now take a child. We'll say new icon. Okay, we'll now say icons dot notification this. Okay, we'll give it a color. Let's call it colors dot white. Let's save. Wonderful. Now this our icon, let's reduce the size. Let's give it a size. Let's give it 15.0. Let's increase it to 20. Okay, better. Okay, now we have created this. Now let's find out this thing that okay, now sorry 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 let's go back. correct. Okay, okay. Inside this our list style now, it has leading, and our leading is this. Our leading widget is our circular image with an icon in it. Now let's find other. It has leading and it has okay, let's read here. Title, the primary content of the list style. Now let's three line, okay. Selected subtitle, display below the title. Trailing, a widget to be displayed after the title. We want this. So we say a new text. Okay. Now inside our text now we'll call it, let's call it other notifications, and let's save. Okay. Okay, why is it like this? Why is it like this? Let's see why. Let's see why. Let's get rid of. Let's see. Let me see why. Let me see. Okay. Let's get back to it. Trailing another title. What if we change this to title widget, and let's save it. Okay, sorry. This is it. We use a title. Don't get confused. Okay. Now we've created this. Okay, all you just need to do from here on is you just have to copy this. We have to just duplicate it. Okay, I'm on a Macintosh, so you use alternate D to duplicate. Then on a Windows you use Control D to duplicate. So let's run and save it. Okay, now we have this. Now let us change the right up there to other history and save. Now we have other history. Now let's change here to access. Okay, let's find a time. We are dealing with history, so let's say history. Okay, now let's save it. Good. This is what we have right now. Okay, now let's copy these two list styles we've created. Okay, now let's create a new divider. Divider is this thin line you see here. Now if you run this code now, you will see a thin line that has appeared here. A thin line here. This is what we call a divider. So now let's paste what we've copied and let's save it. Okay, now the first one, let's change it to profile settings. We save. Let's change the icon, the leading icon, to persons. We save. Okay, let's go to the next one and change the icon to home because you're talking about our delivery address. Let's change the text to delivery address. Wonderful. We've saved. Okay, now let's create this other two, the about us and the login. Okay, now let's still, do we need a divider? Yes, we need a divider. So let's put a new divider. Okay, and let's save. Good. Now let's paste what we copied initially down there also, and we save it. Good. Okay, now let's start. The first one we copied, we are going to remove this leading to, we change this leading to it's trailing, leading. Let's see trailing. Let's see what trailing has to offer. Okay, it's trailing. We change it to trailing, and here we change it to help. we save. Okay, now we'll come down, we change it, we'll come here, we write, we change the other notification here to about us, we save. Okay, now you scroll down, the next list style here, we change it to exit, we save. Now we also change here to trailing, we save. Then the text here, we change it to login, and we save. Whew. So far so good. This is what we've designed. We've designed the screens of the front end aspect of the app, but we've not really added some functionality to it. We've not added navigation to all the screens we've built. All the screens we are going to, because we are going to build screen for other navigation, screen for other history, a screen for profile settings, screen for delivery address, a screen for about us, a screen for login, okay, a screen for messages, favorites, and for your cart also. Okay, so this is what we've built so far. I hope it wasn't difficult. If it was difficult, please take your time to pause the video and move through it step by step. It's not difficult to do. It's not difficult to do. So basically, okay, I don't know. Let's see if we have any more time. Let's build these various screens. Okay, now let's start from our order notification. Oh, there's an error here. Order notification, there's no user logged in, or profile settings, user is not logged in. Okay, now let's build from our favorite. User must be logged in. Oh, what am I going to do? Okay, let's start from about us. Let's build the screens. Let's build our different screens. First of all, let me log in. Let me log in here. Let me try logging in. I don't know why it's taking much time, but my internet is slow. So let's just give it some time. Let it log in. Wow. Ah, that's strange. Let's go back to our app. Let's go back. Okay, let me try logging in manually. Um, okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, gmail.com. Okay, let's see. Oh my god. I can't really log in now. Let's leave that aside. We'll talk about that later. Okay, now, so when you try to build this app now, you have to take into consideration different things. You have to take into consideration your screens and everything. So we have successfully built our homepage that has a floating action button, a message, a favorite, other notifications, other history, profile settings, delivery address, about us, and login. Now let's start building our screen. Okay, now let's minimize this. Okay, so I'll be able to see clearly. Let's go to our project. Now inside our user screens, now the only screen we have in our user screens here is we have our home page. Now let's create other screens here. We'll create a new screen and we'll call a new dot file, and we'll call it, let's call it other note. Let's call, okay, first of all, let's build our favorites and let's build our message. Okay, so let's call here favorites, favorites. No need of adding screens. Favorites. Okay, we'll click OK. Now this favorite, now we'll still do the same thing. We import our material, flutter material dot dat. Now we'll create a stateless widget, a stateful widget. Sorry. Now inside this stateful widget, let's call this thing. Let's call it get list favorite. Okay, good. Now inside this get list favorite, now let's okay get list favorite. Now inside our home page, now remember that we have these actions we have in our app bar. We have these actions we have in our app bar. Okay, let's go to our app bar and add some functionality to it. Or okay, let's create another screen also. Let's call it messages. Okay, now we will still import our material, flutter material dot dat. Now we'll create a stateful widget. Now we'll call it, let's call it girlies messages. Okay, now let's come back to our home screen. Inside our app bar, we have this icon button. Now the first icon button we have is favorites. So on pressed, now we'll create an unpressed listener for this. So what we basically want to do is we want to navigate from this home screen to our favorite screen and backwards. So before we do that, let me create this. Let me create a context. Okay, we have the build context. I'll call it context. Now here in my widget, I'll say this dot context is equal to context. Okay, now here, now to navigate from one screen to another, we use navigator. So we have this navigator dot off context dot push. I'll use push. Now inside this push, now I'll say new. I like using this Cupertino. Oh, it's not here. It's not here. Let's see. Cupertino page routes. Can it import? Sorry. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can import it. Let's say import Cupertino.dat. Okay, let's see new. Okay, now we've imported it. Let's new Cupertino page route. Okay, so let me get rid of this. Okay, I want it to autocomplete by the as required build. Good. Okay, now let's save it. Okay, I want it to return new. Let's import our favorites. So we import favorites.dat. Okay, let's save it and let's click on our favorite. Okay, it worked, but our favorite screen doesn't have a scaffold. And I remember saying that when you're working with a material app, because check from here, we are working with a material app. When working the material app in Flutter, you have to use a scaffold, otherwise you always have a black screen. You always have a black screen. So let's remove this container and replace it with a scaffold, and we save. Okay, let's rebuild it. Let's rebuild this widget from scratch. Let's rerun the application. Okay, let's see. New scaffold. Okay, we'll say abba. Why is it like this? Let's run it. I have a black screen. Is there an error or what? Is there an error? Let me see. Is there an error? There's no error. I'm not really seeing any error here. Okay, now let's see what is wrong here. Let's come back to our home screen. Without contents, return new girl is favorite. Okay, let me find why it's having a black screen. Let's see why it's having a black screen. Okay, just give me a second. Let me see. Cupertino page route. Navigator dot of content. Cupertino page route. Navigator dot of context dot push dot new Cupertino page route. Builder dot contents return new girl is favorites. It's actually working, but let me cut this guy and remove this return here. Okay, build context. Then all I wanted to do inside this build context is let's use a number and paste this girl is favorite here. Let's go back. Let's see what went wrong here. Probably something went wrong, but I'm trying to find out what is wrong with it. Navigator dot of context dot push. So this is navigator dot push. Okay, Cupertino page route. Context. Okay, build let us a build. Let's z z z z z. Okay, that's the builder. This is the builder that's here. save it. It's still giving a black screen. Okay, let's finish building. Let's finish building first. Okay, now um okay, our favorite. Okay. Now this is the reason why it was given a black screen. Our favorite screen has a container instead of having a scaffold in it. Let's save. Good. We now have our screen back. Oh, okay. Now inside our favorite screen, now we just want to add an app bar. So inside the app bar, we say new app bar, and the app bar, let's give it a title. Let's say our title new text. Okay. Now the text is gonna be my favorites. We save. Okay. My favorites. We save. Okay. Let's center in title. Let's make it false. We save. Good. Now we have this my favorites. Let's give it a body. Let's give it a body. Now this body will say new. Let's give it a body. We say new center. Okay, this center has a child. Let's use a child, and we say new text. Inside the new text, I'll just simply put inside there my favorites. Okay, now let's give it a style. Let's style it. I'll say new text style. Then I'll give it a font size of 25.0, and let's run it. Wow, we have our favorite screen set up. Okay, now let's go back to our home screen. We have our favorite screen set up. Now let's set up our message screen. So still in our home page, we just have to, in this okay, we now have inside our message here also, we have a new icon button and a new icon button. Okay, now inside our new icon button, this on press is null, so we create our function for it. Now here we now say navigator dot of context, okay, dot push. Okay, we now say new Cupertino page builder. Okay, let's complete this ourselves. Okay, let's say builder. Okay, build context. Okay, now what we want it to return, we'll say new. Okay, let's still leave it at girl's favorites, and let's save. Okay. Now let's import our message here. So we import messages.dat. Okay, after importing messages.dat, we'll come here and we'll change here to girlies messages, and we save. Okay, now let's click on it. Now we have our message screen. Let's come to our message screen and build it. Now our message screen now have an app bar. Let's get an app bar. We'll give it new app bar. Now inside our app bar, we'll give it a title. We'll say new text. Now this text we'll call it messages. Okay, let's save. Now we'll center in title. We'll set center in title to false. We save. Good. Basically that's what we'll have there. Then what next we'll put here, we'll put our body. I'll just put a new center. Then I'll put a child at the center of it. Then I'll call it a new text. I'll just simply say my messages. Okay, I'll give it a style. My style, I'll say new text style. Then I'll give the font size of 25 as usual, 25.0 as usual, and save. Then we have my messages set up. Now in our home screen we have our favorites, we have messages. Now let's build our cart up. Okay, now we'll still come here inside our user screen. We'll create a new dart file. I'll call it cart. Okay, as usual, import material this. Okay, now let's create a stateful widget. Okay, now we'll call it girlies cart. Okay, now inside this container, instead of using a container, let's use a new scaffold. Okay, a scaffold, we use an app bar. This app bar. Okay, let's go back to our home screen. Inside our home screen, our floating action button, let us just copy this code here. Okay, let's copy it. Now inside our floating action button, our unpressed inside our floating action button, we have an unpressed function that is null. Let's replace it. Let's put a function inside it. Now we'll paste this inside here. Good. Let's save it. Okay, now once you click on it, okay, it works fine. Now let's configure it, let's customize it. Now we have to import, let's import our cart into this project, into this our home page. So up here now, we now say import cart dot dart. Good. Now we've imported our cart dot dart. Let's come down here. Here we'll have girlies messages in the floating action button. We change it to girlies cart, and we save. Good. Now once we save, now let's go back to our cart and keep working from there. Now let's give it an app bar. Our app bar will say a new app bar. Inside this app bar, we'll now give it a title. We'll say a new text. Okay, now our title, we'll call it cart. We save. Good. Now let's center in title to false. We save. Good. Now let's create our body. We'll say a new center. Okay, now we'll put a child. We'll say a new text. Okay, now inside the text we'll say my cat. Okay, now let's save it and decorate it. Good. Our style, we'll say a new text style. Now inside this text style we have a font size. We'll give it our normal font size. Okay, and we save. Oops. Now we have my home page, we have my favorites, we have my messages, we have my cards. Okay, now let's go to our user profile and let's build the order notifications, the order history, the profile settings, and the delivery address. So basically I might not be saying anything while building this, so let me just make it quick. Okay, so a new dart file, notifications, import material, total material. I'll say stateful widget. I'll call it girlies notifications. Now here, new scaffold, abba, new abba, title, new text. Okay, now other notifications. Okay, center and title, let's change it to false. Okay, now let's our body, we'll say our body to be a new center, a child, new text. Now I'll call it my notifications. Let's give it a style, a new text style. This text style, give the font a normal font 25.0. Okay, good. Now I've built my other notifications, so let me make you guys follow as I build. Sorry. Now let's come to this our list styles. Okay. Now this our list style has an untap function. So an untap function is the same as unpressed. It's the same as unpressed. This untap function in a list style tells the code that you have clicked on a tile. So let's add it here. So inside here we have our untap. Okay, let's create the function, untap function. Okay, now let's paste this. Okay, we will have to import notifications the that. Okay, now here we change it to daily notification. We save. Wow, we have other notifications ready. Okay, now let's set up the rest. Let's create our new screen also. We'll call it history. Okay, import material dot. Then a stateful widget. We'll call it girlies history. Okay, now container, I'll change it to a new scaffold. Inside the new scaffold, I have an app bar, a new app bar. Then I'll give the title a new text. Okay, the text I'll call it history, or call it other history. Okay, then center to false. I don't really like it at the center. So now let's give the body, give it a new center. Now inside the center, I'll give it a child, then a new text. Then this text I'll call it history. Okay, then I'll give a style, a new text style. Then I'll give the font size of 25.0, and we save. Okay, okay, now we import. Let's import our history.dat. Good. Okay, now here also create this our untap function. Sorry, where okay, untap. Let's create our untap function here. Okay, paste this here. We'll call it girlies history, and we save. Or let's see our history. Other history has been set up. Other notifications has been set up. So history, let me change the text content of the text here to my history. Okay, good. Then let's set up our profile and our delivery address. So basically what I'll just do here is just to copy and paste. So copy, paste. I'll call it profile, and I'll paste. Okay, sorry. Okay, then also I'll paste again, and I'll call it the delivery. Okay, now let's close other screens that we are not using. Profile history. Okay, now In our profile now, we'll change here to girl's profile. Okay, girl's profile here. Yes, profile state to girl's profile state to girl's profile state. Okay, now here we'll call it profile. Okay, here my profile. What went wrong? Okay, my profile. Good. Then let's come to this place also, delivery. I'll change here to girl's delivery. Just copy, paste, change this, paste, change here, paste it, change here, and paste it. We are good to go. Now I'll change it to delivery, delivery, delivery information, delivery information. Then my address, I'll change here to address. Okay, now let's come here. Okay, let's import profile. Okay, then also we also import delivery that good. Oh, so let's finish it up here. Okay, let's copy this. Okay, where's our profile? Good. Now we have let's go to our profile. Inside our profile here, we now have, let's create our on tap function as usual. Okay, we'll paste this guy inside here, and here we'll call it girl's profile, and we save. Good, my profile. Okay, let's go down also. Let's go down to delivery and also create for delivery on tap. So inside this on tap now, we'll also paste, and here we'll call here girl's delivery, and we save. My address, delivery information, correct. Okay, now we'll talk, let's design for about and for login. For about and for login. So let us just, okay, for about and for login. First of all, let's just do a quick one here. Sorry, Control Z. Okay, let's get our on tap function here. On tap. Okay, I'll just paste this here. Okay, then this other guy also, inside the on tap function, I'll also paste this here. Okay, now let's create it. About us dot that, and also login, login, logout. Let's go login logout dot that. Okay, here I'll just say my login. Here also I'll change it to login. Okay, then here I'll change it to girl's login. Just copy, paste, paste, and paste. What's wrong, girl? Okay, and paste. Good, we have our login ready. Then in our about us, I'll change it to girlies about us. Just copy, paste, 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 paste. Okay, what is wrong? Girlies about us. Okay, there's this small error here. About us state. Okay, here just change it to about us. Here I'll just write about girlies. Okay, now let's import what we just created. I'll say import about us and also import login logout.dat. Okay, so let's go down to our login and we'll change here to girlies login. Okay, then also in the notification aspect we'll change here to girlies about us. Let's save. Good, about girlies and login. Okay, so far so good. We've designed our screens, our user screens, but we've not added functionality to all of them. We just designed the screen, so for easy navigation from one screen to another. The same thing here, we have the image, we have the name, email address, we have other notifications, other history, profile settings, delivery address, about us, login. The same thing we have here. We've successfully created our separate screens. So that'll be all for this tutorial. That'll be all for this video. In our next video, we'll start adding little functionalities one by one to all of the screens. We'll start adding little functionality to one by one to all of the screens. So guys, so far so good. I thank you for watching this video, and I'm so grateful for you guys watching the video. Please, if this video was helpful to you, please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much. I'll be leaving the link to this video. The link to this code. Sorry, I'll be leaving the link to this code in the video description below. And also, please remember the Facebook group Let's Flutter, and remember Pawan's YouTube channel MTech Viral. The link to this will also be added to the description. Thank you very much for watching this video. Have a very nice day. God bless you. Thank you.